More Jamaican teachers to migrate in this new year to overseas jobs, while another boatload of Haitians landed in Jamaica. This is Undiluted News, Mikey Bones reporting. The Jamaica Teachers Association is predicting that more teachers will exit the classroom for job overseas in the coming months. The Ministry of Education had reported that 854 teachers tendered their resignation from January to September this year. JTA President Lytton Johnson has now revealed overseas recruiters are again in Jamaica interviewing teachers to fill vacancies in their jurisdictions. He added that some teachers completed the recruitment process between the period of September to December and have either gone already or are making preparations to leave in the first week of this year. Mr. Johnson noted that the Ministry of Education was able to stem the massive exodus earlier last year, but he added that there are still many school vacancies that exist. Meanwhile, a group of at least 10 Haitians are being examined at Port Antonio Hospital in Portland. It's reported that a group comprising 8 males and 2 females arrived in Portland sometime between Friday night and Saturday morning. Several members of the group were observed walking along the roadway in the town. They were picked up by the police and then transported to hospital. A 20-year-old woman suspected of planning with a bunch of thieves to break into a flow store in Claremont in St. Anne last week was granted bail in St. Anne Parish Court on Wednesday. Brittany Grant of Lidford Golden Grove in the parish was granted $200,000 bail on accusations of shoplifting, theft, and conspiracy. Prosecutors said that Miss Grant, who worked as a customer service representative at the business, planned, and gave the burglars essential information on how to access the premises. On December 17, the robbers broke into the business and stole about $2 million in cash, as well as more than 20 smartphones worth more than $200,000. Grant is accused alongside 30-year-old Demario Finnegan, a bus driver who was caught in possession of the stolen items. Grant gave a detailed statement to the police in the presence of 2 justices of the peace, explaining how she's acquainted with Finnegan through her boyfriend and that he had told her he wanted to rob the store, but she didn't take him seriously. Finnegan was captured when the police intercepted a bus transporting the robbers. 2 men jumped from the coaster bus and escaped. The cop recovered the stolen phones in the vehicle. The police have now launched a search for a woman suspected to have killed her husband during a domestic dispute at their home in Wakefield, Trelawney on Saturday morning. The deceased is 59-year-old David Brown, otherwise called Dave. Residents said the tragic incident came after what was described as a tumultuous relationship between the man and his wife. A piece of concrete block believed to have been used to deliver the fatal blow was found on the scene. Superintendent Winston Milton, head of the Trelawney Police, is urging the wife to surrender. A man who has been on the run for 22 years has now been charged with a murder which was committed in 2001. The police said that 47-year-old Anthony Reed, otherwise called Christopher Reed, and Christopher Barrett of Marley Acres in Old Harbor, St. Catherine, allegedly fled the island to the United States of America in a bid to elude capture in relation to the murder of Dinsdale Heslop, otherwise called Prince. Mr. Heslop was stabbed and killed at a bar in Northern Parade in Portmore on December 20 of 2001. Reed was deported from the United States on December 21 after serving time in a U.S. prison. He was taken into custody, interviewed, and charged. In the meantime, the crime officers for the St. Catherine South Division, Deputy Superintendent of Police Jermaine Anglin, has vowed to go after criminals who have been eluding investigators for years. A man was shot and killed and another wounded in Ashton in Westmoreland on Thursday. The deceased is 32-year-old Alfred Buckridge, otherwise called Bug, a farmer of Ashton District. Reports from the Savlamar police are that about 10:55 p.m., Mr. Buckridge was among patrons at a bar when armed men proceeded to rob them. Mr. Buckridge and another man ran in an attempt to escape the robbery. The gunmen, however, opened fire at them before fleeing the scene. The police were called and the wounded men taken to hospital, where Mr. Buckridge was pronounced dead. The other man is receiving treatment. Meanwhile, the chief of the St. Catherine North Police Superintendent Howard Chambers is adamant that a man slain at Taws Meadows in Spanish Town on Thursday evening was a suspect in the kidnapping of a businessman. Police were said to be in the neighborhood on Thursday night probing the kidnapping of a businessman from Brunswick Avenue at 9 p.m. The kidnappers were said to have demanded a ransom, and according to reports, officers went to Ellerslie Gardens to apprehend the 35-year-old kidnapper when he was tragically shot. Angry residents protested on Friday, arguing that the shooting was unjustified. But Senior Superintendent Chambers has dismissed the residents' claim that Brown was killed in cold blood. He said the police was met with armed resistance, but their swift action saved the life of the kidnapped businessman. Two men were arrested in connection with the abduction, and the businessman safely returned to his family. A .38 revolver was also seized at the scene. Onto sports, Humble Lions are the third team in the Jamaica Premier League to change coaches since the start of the new season, following the sacking of veteran coach Andrew Price after just 9 games. Price's longtime assistant O'Neill Bigger Thompson has also severed ties with the club. Veteran coach Vassal Reynolds is now slated to be the new coach, and this will be his second stint at the club, as he was also in charge during the 2015 to 2016 season. Reynolds, who is also the head coach of the Kingston College Manning Cup team, has also coached at 3 other teams in the Premier League. He has coached at Sporting Central, Montego Bay United, and Vere United. Reynolds, who is also assistant coach of the national under-15 boys team, will be assisted at Humble Lions by Andrew Peart, who is the head coach of Glenmore High School. And there were 7 games yesterday, so the people had a lot of sports to take their minds off the murders across the island. In Kingston, we had Cavalier beating Dunby Hotel 1-0. Waterhouse and Mullines United played to a 1-all draw. Montego Bay United and Harborview also played to a 2-all draw. Mount Pleasant had a 1-0 win over Humble Lions. Portmore were 2-0 winners over Arnett Gardens. Tivoli was 3-1 winners over Limehall Academy, while Vere United beat Treasure Beach 2-0. And in standings, Mount Pleasant sits at the top on 25 points, followed by Tivoli Gardens in second place on 24. In third place is also Portmore on 24 points. Arnett Gardens in fourth position with 21 points. Cavaliers in fifth with 18. Vere United in sixth place with 18 points as well. And Dunby Holt on 18 points in seventh. Waterhouse is on 16 in 8th place. Humble Lions in ninth spot with 14 points. Montego Bay United in 10th place with 12 points. Harborview in 11th spot with 9. In 12th place is Mullines United with 8 points, while Treasure Beach in 13th place with 7 points, and last in 14th is Limehall Academy. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite community radio station. Have a happy new year, everybody. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.